Hey everyone, it's Tyler the Antenna Man, and today I'm going to review the Channel Master Masterpiece 45 Outdoor TV Antenna. This antenna runs about $130 and is designed to withstand extreme outdoor conditions. A robust antenna is pretty cool, but how well does it work? You'll find out in this video. If you're seeing me for the first time, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell icon to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. My YouTube channel is dedicated to the cord cutting community, and I'm constantly posting new videos with reception tips, antenna reviews, amplifier reviews, and updates on ATSC 3.0, the new over-the-air TV standard that's launching in the United States. So getting back to this antenna, the Channel Master Masterpiece 45. From a design standpoint, it's really good with elements that fully lock in place. I also like the built-in 75 ohm coaxial connector, which eliminates the need for a balun. Now, one thing I should mention about this antenna is the 45-mile range claim. This is an estimation. It doesn't mean that the antenna won't pick up TV stations if you're beyond 45 miles from the broadcast towers. It just means in most situations it will work best within 45 miles of the broadcast towers, not taking into account other factors such as antenna height, terrain, output power of the TV station, and so on and so forth. You should not buy an antenna based on the mileage range listed, but rather how well the antenna is designed for the given frequencies in your area. I attached a video in the description that shows you how a 45-mile range antenna can actually perform much better than an 80 or 150-mile range antenna. That being said, this antenna is capable of picking up all TV frequencies on the low VHF, high VHF, and UHF band. Most antennas do not have low VHF elements, but this one does. What exactly am I talking about? Low VHF TV stations broadcast on channels 2 through 6 and typically require a very wide antenna element, about 6 feet long, in order to be reliably picked up. Take a look at the long elements on this antenna. They're for low VHF. This is one of the reasons why people in Philadelphia have problems picking up 6ABC. It's one of the few major networks that's still broadcasting on the low VHF band, and most antennas do not have low VHF elements. In fact, most antenna companies stopped putting low VHF elements on their antennas because most markets do not have low VHF stations. If you live in an area with low VHF TV stations, don't listen to your wife when she says, "I don't want this large antenna on my roof. I want a small Clearstream 2 Max or that junk antenna Tyler tells us not to buy." You're going to need an antenna with a long element in order to get reliable reception of low VHF stations. Despite my focus on the low VHF capability of this antenna, it will also pick up high VHF TV stations that broadcast on channels 7 through 13 and UHF TV stations that broadcast on channels 14 through 36. It's also important to note that most TV stations don't broadcast in the channel number you may know them as. So for example, NBC in Philadelphia, NBC 10, doesn't broadcast on VHF channel 10. It actually broadcasts on UHF channel 28 and uses the virtual channel 10 to show on TV sets so people don't get confused. To find out what channels your local TV stations are broadcasting on, go to antennaweb.org, type in your address, and look at the RF channel number. In most cases, the RF channel a TV station broadcasts on is different from the channel number they show on air. There's a whole story behind this that most of you probably don't want me to get into. Get to the antenna review already? Maybe I don't want to. Maybe I want to talk a little bit more, slow things down a bit. Did I mention there's no such thing as an HD antenna? The Earth isn't flat, and I now offer channel memberships on my YouTube channel. Don't worry, I'm getting to the review now. As many of you already know, I test out my antennas in the same location I've tested out all the other outdoor antennas on my YouTube channel. I live about 45 miles away from the broadcast towers, but have some low-powered stations that are closer yet harder to receive. The TV stations broadcast on both the VHF and UHF band. Here's a list of the stations along with their RF channels and their signal strengths on the last two antennas I tested out on my YouTube channel. On the left side, you'll see the type of diffraction on the TV station. One edge means single edge diffraction, or one ridge between me and the transmitter weakening the signal. Two edge means two edge diffraction, or two ridges weakening the signal between me and the transmitter. LOS means line of sight with virtually no obstructions in the way. You can also see the results of various other outdoor antenna models by checking out my other videos. The signal strength on WNEP, which broadcasts on UHF channel 22, was about the same on this antenna compared to the last two antennas I tested out. The signal strength on WYOU, which broadcasts on VHF channel 13, was definitely higher on this antenna compared to the last two antennas I tested out. The signal strength on WBRE, which broadcasts on VHF channel 11, was higher on this antenna compared to the VanSky model and about the same compared to the Televis model. The signal strength on Fox 56, which broadcasts on UHF channel 22, was about the same on this antenna compared to the Televis model and a bit higher compared to the VanSky model. The signal strength on Fox 29's repeater was higher on this antenna compared to the VanSky model and lower compared to the Televis model. The signal strength on NJTV's repeater was about the same on this antenna compared to the last two antennas I tested out. Based on my tests, this antenna does a bit better on the VHF band than the average small directional antenna. The UHF channels were about the same, but as I said, the VHF stations came in a little bit better on this antenna. The main advantage of this antenna is the build quality and low VHF capability for TV stations that broadcast on RF channels 2 through 6. I personally used this antenna in the Philadelphia market when setting up antennas, and it performed very well to pick up the low band channels that broadcast in that market. I would recommend this antenna for anyone who lives in an area within 50 miles of the broadcast towers with limited obstruction and low VHF channels. This antenna would be a great solution if you live in an area where your local PBS station took millions of dollars from the FCC to move to low VHF. I'm talking to you, Boston, Providence, Pittsburgh, Los Angeles, and a few other areas where the PBS stations moved to low VHF. Click the video in the corner or follow the link in the description of this video to find out if your local PBS station sold out their over-the-air viewers for some quick cash. If you live in an area with a lot of hills or mountains, you will likely need a larger antenna compared to this one. You're free to use my YouTube channel as a resource, but I do offer custom antenna recommendations on my website at antennamanpa.com. There I'll go through your unique reception situation, take a look at the frequencies, how strong and weak they are, and make a custom recommendation on how to get the best reception possible based on my experience setting up TV antennas in 4 markets. Antennas are not a one-size-fits-all model, and investing in a custom antenna recommendation from me can prevent you from spending hundreds of dollars buying different antennas. Oh, buy the Clearstream 2 Max didn't work, well let me go buy the RCA Compact Jockey. Oh, it doesn't work, let me go send that back. It's complete madness. You can eliminate that by visiting my website and signing up for a custom antenna recommendation. Thanks again for watching my YouTube channel. A huge thanks to these folks who support me on Patreon and are members of my YouTube channel. If you would like to help support my YouTube channel while gaining exclusive perks such as behind-the-scene content, access to an exclusive monthly live stream, and direct contact with me, visit patreon.com/antennaman or click the join button in this video. If you're on Facebook, like my Facebook page at facebook.com/antennamanpa. If you're not on Facebook and would like to receive email updates on whenever I post new videos, feel free to sign up to the email list. I also attached a link to that in the description of this video. Stay tuned to my channel for more cord cutting and antenna related information, and have an awesome day.